Welcome back to Sticks and Strings. I'm Naomi.
I'm Beth.
I'm Eve.
We're hiding Beth with Lego Poncietas today. We hope your December is going well. It's just about mid-month, right?
Yeah.
So I hope you're ready, because here comes Christmas. I'm not ready.
I'm not
ready, and we gotta get our tree.
Oh yeah, you don't have your tree yet. Dang.
We're getting it tonight.
Well, we bought a little bitty.
No,
tree.
I know. I just have. It's been
Normally
crazy.
you have it up
I
sooner.
usually have it up earlier, but we're getting it tonight. And then I need to do my baking. I've got to finish some secret crafts, and yeah, I'm not ready, but it'll happen one way or the other. I'm not going to stress. I'm trying not to stress about it. But we're back, and Beth's going to go first, so I'm actually going to move these to this one.
Just put this needle in the back.
We just like to hide her for a little while, if possible. If at all possible.
Sorry.
Well, she was going to go first, but now she's just taking too much time.
Yeah. Okay.
She's going to get fired from first.
So I have a few things. I have an FFO. I haven't done an FFO in I don't know how long. Ages, because all of our FFO stuff is, put away.
And what is an FFO for those in the back?
Finally finished object.
Okay.
for not finally finished.
Finally finished.
Yeah, fully finished.
Fully finished.
Yeah. Oh, I probably should have glued this better.
Well, you can glue it better.
But anyway, this is the Fox Snow Globe by Tiny Modernist. I have a teeny picture. I'll take a bit of picture of it. But this is like not a really good job. I kind of,
I think it looks great.
eyeballed. I kind of used I have a protractor, and I kind of used that to sort of make this curvature at the top. But then
It looks great. What are you talking about?
it's just kind
It's
of,
not
you can see the little
perfect.
lumpies and all that, yeah.
It doesn't have to be perfect.
That's what happens with fabric when you try to put it around curves.
But
Have you ever looked at a seam?
yes, but I I kind of like gathered it at the top like you do for a round thing, and then just it was laced in the back and glued it on here. And originally I was gonna make a little like ornament, a hanging ornament. So I was gonna cut a piece of fabric in this shape for the back, right? And do front and back, and do some cording or rickrack or something to hang it from. And that was my original plan. And but then we were at Walmart the other day for something else, and I saw this little shape, and I thought, oh, that's a really nice shape. So
It's perfect.
So I got that, and I borrowed some paint from Eve because I don't have any paint. All my paint's put away.
That's really nice.
And so
She brought some ribbon for
and
me.
she had that ribbon and all that. So so I put it together.
It's adorable.
But part of my brain didn't tell the other part of my brain that I wasn't doing the ornament after all. I was doing this. And so originally I also had thought that I would put behind this design, I'd put like a square or something of red fabric and put it on here. But then when I looked at it, I thought, well, that don't really fit. If you put red behind this, it would take up too much room. It wouldn't fit on here. But stupidly, I cut this shape in red fabric, like I was going to make an ornament. And I thought, but I'm not making an ornament. It's like, ugh. So, but then, like I said, I put this on here, and I thought, well, it doesn't really fit with anything behind it, so I like it better like this. And so that's done. But it does need. It looks like it needs to be some more glue and then smashed down a little better or something. But otherwise, that's done.
That would look cute on a windowsill or something.
Yeah, you can lean it again, or you can even get one of those little,
A little easel.
Yeah, a little easel thing to put it on, whatever. So then I showed the blue penguin, the start of that blue penguin, because it was just a new start, so I didn't have to do much to it. But then my other, one of my WIP-GO calls was the reindeer, and I did a lot. I was able to do a lot of this. I did all the little sort of trimmy stuff on top of the antlers. I really like these big antlers on here. But, so there was a lot of like just the lines of, it's not, I don't think it's exactly snow, it's just shading on the antlers. and I did all these sort of little individual snowflake things. And I finished the reindeer's neck. And really all that has to be done is in his body, this lighter color on his body. And then there's a big bush down here with a bunch of snow that is too complicated. I didn't want to deal with it. And there's an invisible tree behind his rear end. It's like the same color as the fabric, basically.
Oh, I see. It's pretty invisible on the original photo too.
Yeah. On the
very
photo,
light
it's a lighter green color there. But it looks more neon against this blue fabric.
Yeah.
But this fabric is green, and so the tree is. I should have
me
maybe
see.
chosen a darker shade.
Oh, it is invisible.
Yeah, it's very invisible. And I think it's this particular area on this fabric because this same color is used in a lot of the other trees, in these designs, and it shows up better in some places than in others. But I mean, if you look at it physically, you can kind of see see it very well. But
It's fine.
yeah, and I think
Show it to them.
Yeah.
You haven't shown it to them yet.
my needle minders are sticking together. But anyway, so I did a lot of work on the reindeer himself. So he's almost finished his little.
Coax in the way.
Oh, sorry.
With yourself.
His this part of his body is still blank, but that's basically one or two colors basically. But I finished his face, is all done. There were a few stitches missing in his face, but I finished his face and his neck and his legs down here. So like I said, there's a big plant kind of thing down here that has little, fronds and snow on it and all that. And a few more little snowdrop kind of things under here. But basically he's almost done. So I'm probably not going to stitch anymore on this for the rest of the month. So it'll be, next time before it gets finished. But it's getting close. Like many of these are very close. And of course, Cottage Garden Samplings that made this design has come up with their, Year in the Woods Part 2.
Oh no.
Which,
The one for this month is a cardinal, and it's beautiful.
Yeah, they have so far.
So beautiful.
They have a koala,
Snow glider.
that cardinal, a sugar glider,
Sugar glider. Yeah.
and I think one other thing.
Just all kinds of cool things.
Yeah. So yeah, that's very, very cute. And then I did some more work on the Winter Woods Biscornu. I keep trying to call it Western Woods. Winter Woods Biscornu. This was one of my class pieces for Jingle Ball.
Last year.
No, this year.
Oh, that one.
This one. And so I had, I think I talked last week about how I had started with these branches in the corners. And in this one here, I miscounted by 1 square. So it was 1 square off. And I started to do this border around here because I thought, what if my branches are off? And sure enough, this one over here was correct. And this one down here was off by 1 square. So I thought, well, okay, I'm going to fudge it because I ain't undoing all that and going back. So I just added some stitches here and it pushed it in the corner. But then during the Jingle Ball, I was thinking, can I fudge the other things that go in there? Because all these animals go in there, birds and squirrels and whatever. And so I put this cardinal in there because I thought, okay, well, I think I could just, like put 1 square each on the legs and make it fit. But then I realized, no, because their legs aren't directly under it because of the way he's fudged. So I had to make a little crook in his legs to make him fit there. So, birds have crooked legs. So this cardinal has crooked legs. Yeah. And then I since I had this thread out, I did this owl's face over here. So.
Every day I'm going to come over when that's done and I'm going to look at it and I'm going to say, that bird has crooked legs.
That's only the beginning of it. I don't know how the rest of the animal's going to fit on there. And actually, I made a little black ink mark on this piece of fabric with I had a pen in my hand and I hit the fabric with
Oh,
it.
that's
So
okay.
I might not use that part of the fabric anyway. So that's a little more work I did on the Winter Woods Biscornu. And then,
Yay.
so what I'm going to be working on, starting today, as a matter of fact, is another Blue Flower design. That Winter Woods Biscornu was by the Blue Flower. This is another Blue Flower design from last year's Jingle Ball that I took this class for. And this is Festive Forest, is what it's called. And this is the design that I coined. I am proud to say, and a little braggart to say, that I coined the phrase "the muffin" for this shape. And now it was so funny because when we were taking this class, Janine McDowell was talking about some of the future designs and plans she had, and she was calling it a muffin. She was referring to these as the muffins because she was talking about how she had some more designs in mind and all that, and she was talking about the muffin. I was like, I came up with that. But anyway, so I'm working on this, and I'm having to like look at the pattern and reorient myself because I have not looked at the pattern in ages. I don't know what colors are on, but I do have all the colors that go with it. It's Roxy Floss and Cottage Garden threads, and recently I ordered all the rest of the threads that I was missing, and then some DMC also. So DMC, Weeks Dye Works, Cottage Garden, and Roxy Floss. So it's everything, a little bit of everything almost in that order. But then also, this big stack is all the stuff I got from Jingle Ball.
Oh, Lord.
Some of it I showed last week. I had showed about 7 patterns, but I bought a few more. I realized. I mean, I knew I had bought more than I printed off because my printer was acting up last time.
That's really cute.
Yeah. So this is the Jingle Ball Baubles book.
Did you finally bought it?
I did. Went ahead and bought it.
I love that. That's a hands-on.
This is a hands-on design. She's one of the 12 designers. This
why I
round.
was like, did you buy that book?
This round Santa is one of the ornaments, and I didn't print off the whole book because it's a bazillion pages. But these are the other designs in there. So there's an albino peacock. This white one down here. It's white on a very light blue fabric, so you can't really see it, but it's an albino, a white peacock. And there's a gingerbread man. There's a little ornament here. Jesus is the reason for the season, or Jesus is the reason. It doesn't say for the season. This one up here is Meet Me Under the Mistletoe. There's a pink swan.
Let me see.
There's a bunch of really cute designs. This one here, by Hello from Liz Matthews. They look like little peppermints. You stitch them, little swirly peppermints. And the way she has them displayed is like wrapped in cellophane, so they look like candy.
That's cute.
And there's a snowman. That's the one I really liked.
This one?
Yeah. And there's another one with a cat driving a vehicle that has a Christmas tree and some presents in it.
Cats can't drive.
Yeah, and there's another one, this little two-sided one. You can make it as a two-sided ornament, or you can make 2 separate ornaments. One says "Let it snow," and the other is some tiny houses and a bunch of snowflakes on top.
Those are super cute.
Yeah, they're really cute.
These are my speed too.
Yeah.
Neat. I really like
I
this.
like that.
a
She
lot.
does really good Santas.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's cute.
So
I wanted her beetle,
yes.
her Christmas beetle.
Yeah.
So beautiful.
I almost bought because I thought I don't know how to make the pattern. I don't know. It's a pretty big pattern. And then there was like a needle minder for it. And I want a needle minder too. So I showed that homebound, a little truck with a Christmas tree on it. Showed that last week. And the Frosty and Friend, little snowman.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the cheetahs you
and the
showed.
Christmas cheetahs I showed. I actually had to reprint this front page because I realized when my printer was acting up, it didn't print the symbols and the because I thought, oh well, the colors are there, but then I realized it didn't print the symbols, so I had to reprint that.
Oh gosh.
But Yeah, and the winter whale I showed last time,
Yes.
Yes.
right? With the sweater
Yes.
and the flicker.
Yeah,
I
you showed
remember.
that.
And
you showed
I
that.
showed that. And I showed that, the poinsettia.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is adorable.
So the other ones by Heartstring Sampler were Brave New Year. I printed this one. This is it's got some lions and a heart and some crowns and birds.
That was her free one.
Yeah, so it says a brave new year, and on one side it says courage, and the other side says charity. Well, there. And this is, I think it's from like 2018. It's an older design, no, or maybe I'm thinking of a different
2010
one.
it says.
Oh, yeah,
Right
yeah,
there.
yeah,
Moongazer,
the other
that was a
one-
purchase one, huh?
yeah. Hmm. So there's that one. I like that one. And this one is also by Heartstring. This is Moongazer, and it's a little bunny staring up at the moon. That's really cute.
That's from last year.
That's an old. This one, yeah, it's a 2018.
I have that from last
Yeah.
year. It was a free pattern
That's
last year.
Hmm. And then this one, this is a quote from Christmas Carol, Ebenezer Scrooge. I will honor Christmas in my heart and try to keep it all the year. And then this one, I think I showed this last time, Nativity Scene. Did I show this last time?
Mm-mm.
Oh.
I don't think
This
so.
is Tiny Modernist, excuse me. Yeah, it's very colorful. It's done on black fabric.
I like that.
But
Palm trees.
but yeah, it's really really colorful nativity scene. And then this one, I
I've
think
showed
you
that one.
yeah, Eve got this one also. I didn't realize she had already bought this. This is
It's not. That's a free pattern.
yeah.
I didn't. Buy
I mean,
it.
she'd already gotten it. I mean,
Yeah.
but so yeah, it's what is it called? Woodsy Wreath. That's
Yeah.
what it's called. Yeah. And then this one, also by Tiny Modernist, Scandi Winter Animals. So there's a little polar bear and a reindeer and a fox and a bunny rabbit. Scandinavian
I think you
animals.
could work on a Christmas pattern every day of next year and still not be done with them all.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And
this
do a
is
different one every
That
day.
was a free pattern.
this is Jeanette Douglas freebie called Believe, and she finished it on looks like a wooden paddle thing.
That's cool.
But yeah.
I like that
would
look with the fringes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would probably choose a slightly
different-
darker fabric
yeah,
so the snowflakes would show up a little better. But,
I-
yeah, but that's
I'm
really
thinking,
cute.
you know that Santa you made me that I never have mounted? I'm thinking of doing it this way with the fringe around it. I like that a lot.
So there's that one. And then this one, this is a Lindy Stitch's Tree Guardians. They're little ornaments you can make that have like cats on them, that sort of rounded on the shapes of these ornaments. So yeah.
Tree guardians, more like tree terrorists.
But yeah, so she said she tucked each cat along whatever edge they look best resting. So it's really cute. And then also by Lindy Stitches is this ornament called Capybara Christmas. There's two little capybaras there.
Hannah loves capybaras.
Yeah.
And one has a present and the other one has a stocking.
Those are
And they're
cute.
standing there by the Christmas tree. And then this one, I think Eve showed it last time, the Snow Angel. And this is an old one also.
Yeah, you showed that
These are, this is the other one. This is by Stacy Nast. She does the animal crackers.
Free pattern.
This is one freebie called House of Gingerbread. And she made it into a pocket. But you could make it, an ornament, a needle book, a flat fold, whatever you want to do.
That is so
Yeah,
cute.
with this
I
little-
like that color of fabric.
Yeah, with a little, looks like icing on there. Looks like gingerbread. Yeah.
You could put a gingerbread cookie inside that.
And then the other one I got was Animal Cracker Christmas Cookie Series. This is Sugar. Little skunk wearing a sweater. And then you could put a little pocket on its back. It's so cute.
Oh my gosh, that's adorable.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah. I like this little nose.
It's cute.
And the sweater just kills me. Yeah. So anyway, that's how I spent my money at the Jingle Ball.
Well, a lot of those were free.
Yes, but yeah. I still spend a lot of money.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
And I have, like, as we say, sable, right?
Yep.
Stitch acquired beyond life expectancy.
Stash it.
Stash acquired, yeah. So, yeah.
You could be payable. Patterns acquired
Yes.
beyond life. Like I said, you could. 2026 could be a Christmas pattern every day. Wonder if you have 365.
Probably. You know, I was gonna say, I have not made my WIP-GO board for next year yet. And I'm like, I don't know, because I have a lot of WIPs. I have a lot of WIPs. Because I have my what I call my old school WIPs that I had been working on for a long time.
Yeah.
And then I switched to my current list of WIPs because they were, the last time I did my WIP-GO board before this year, in 2024, I guess, or whatever it was, I had a new start with every WIP that I did. And so I said, I want to work on those new starts as WIPs instead of these old school WIPs that I've been doing forever. And, I've been making a little bit of progress on each one, whatever, but they were kind of bigger patterns and I wanted to do the new ones. And so that's what I've been working on.
Twice as many whips.
And so now, I still have.
Or 3 times.
Well, some I finished, some I was
Yeah,
able to
yeah.
do. I had a lot of finishes this year. But yeah, so I have a lot of whips to choose from, so I don't know what I'm going to do yet.
All right.
So, yeah, so that's me.
Okay, so I'm going next. The Christmas stocking for my friend, I got all the way down to the toe, and yes, of course, it needs a heel. And this pattern uses an afterthought heel. I was trying to remember when I made the red and white one, if I did an afterthought or if I just did the heel. I don't remember. But I decided to do it like the pattern says. So what you do is where you're going to put the heel in, which is right here. You can't see it, but maybe up on close camera, I put a piece of waste yarn right here. I knit in half the distance of the stocking, and then I went back and kept going with the colors. So I have a piece of waste yarn sitting here, and what I'm going to do is then I went ahead and did the toe, and then what I'm going to do is go back and pick up you go back and pick up the stitches on either side of that waste yarn, which is right here, and make them live. You take the waste yarn out, and then you have live stitches, and then you create the heel. So I finished the toe last night. It's got a little bit of a little corner here, but this is the toe I made last night. I finished it, and then, or I don't know if it was last night, maybe 2 nights ago. And then this marker is showing me where the hanger is going to go. Although the pattern, it's like her first pattern, and she doesn't talk about how to put a hanger on or where to put it. I'm like, that's kind of important. Good thing I know how to do it. But this is just, in case you're curious, what a striped item looks like. Down here, I've woven in the ends, and up here I have not. So this is what I have to deal with. And I started doing it last night, and then I'm like, I'm tired of this now. So I still have these last few up here, but all down, you can see them woven in here.
Weaving ends is annoying.
Yeah. I don't mind it. I can kind of get in a groove, but after a point I was like, okay, I'm tired now. But I was looking at this. I'm like, look at that nice even stitching. I'm proud of myself. So anyway, that is the progress of the stocking. The baby isn't even born yet, so I'm not in a rush. I know the family wants it. I'm just joking. And I don't remember now. I literally don't remember making that red and white one 2 years ago, how I did the toe and the heel. But so all the color changes. So this is my kind of end of round marker. And so all the color changes are along this spine. And I wanted this to be on the back of the stocking. So and it tells you to make the toe here, like in the first half, to make it this way. And I wanted to make it sideways instead. So I knit around a quarter of the stocking and then made the toe, because I didn't want and I put the heel in the same spot because I wanted this line where where the ends are woven in and where it's not quite as even. I didn't want that to wind up here on the front or on either side of the sock. I wanted it to hang this way and have that bad line be along the back. So I did it a little differently than the pattern says, because otherwise this uneven spot, like see the jogs, would be right in the middle of the stocking.
Yeah.
So it's her first pattern. I liked it just because it was simple, and I grabbed it and I did it to follow it, but I of course kind of made it my own a little bit. So that's almost done. And then the other thing I've been working on is I decided to, I think I talked about it last week, but I didn't have it with me because I forgot everything, is the temperature, now that's in my way, the temperature tree by Stitching Mommy. And on December 1st-ish, 2nd, something like that, I decided to, actually no, it was December 1st. It was later that I put it in the iPad, but I decided to start with the trunk and the branches. And then I decided to get markup, which is this pattern keeper in iPad land. And I really like it because it keeps track of things. Because I use Knit Companion, and I could have put it in Knit Companion, but really, it works really well for knit charts. I probably could have used it, but I really like the idea of markup. So I'm on a 2-week trial, so I think I'll probably wind up keeping it. But this is my progress so far on my trunk. Up here is the center of the pattern, and then I decided to go down because this right here is the January branch. So if I get nothing else done in December, I'm going to get the January branch done. But I'm planning to go all the way. I'm planning to finish the whole tree trunk in the rest of December. I got sidetracked from it a little bit because I was super busy last week. But I'm just doing brown, boring brown. But then the other thing I did, so I think I talked about these last week.
Yep.
I talked about my colors. So this is the tree, and then this is all the
You're so organized.
colors by degree. I have the color number and the degrees on here. And then I added one because it only went up to 110. I mean, only went up to 115. This one was like 110 to 115 or something, 110 and up, I think is what this was. So I did 110 to 114 for this, and then I did 115 and up and I added this next color because I'm like, I need that. So here's all my colors, and they're organized by degree. And I really like those thread drops. I wanted a ring.
New bag? Is that a new bag?
No, I've had this. You gave this to me.
Did I?
Oh no, I mean this one.
I didn't remember.
Yeah. So the other thing I did in anticipation, I'm trying to make sure I keep myself really organized so I don't get behind, because like I did in my snakes, which are still half done. Not even half done. They're partial done. Oh my gosh. I made this. I went into Excel. You probably can't see it. I went into Excel and found a calendar. And this is a whole year calendar. And the blue blocks at the bottom are when months only have 30 days or whatever. And this way I can keep my temperatures every day, even so that I can do a week at a time or whatever, but I can start recording it and keep it all recorded here.
Yeah, if you get that tree done, if you get the whole tree done, then all you have to do is those little leaves, so that won't take you but a minute.
Yeah, so I'm excited about that. I'm trying to work on it a lot and make sure it's like I said, what I'm doing is I'm going down the trunk, and then if I get desperate, I'll just do January. But I'm going to finish the bottom of the trunk on the left side, because that's how the pages is. Whoops, that's how the pages organized. Cut up to go all the way down here.
Yeah.
and then I'm gonna do January, February, and go around like that. So that way, if I do get behind and I don't get it done in time, I'll at least be ready for January.
Yeah, with the turtles, the base part of the turtles, the flippers and the head, you know, that took time with each turtle, and I had to stop and, you know, and I couldn't just do the
temperature section.
the daily
Yeah.
temperature. And then each spot for the daily temperature was not like a little leaf. It was, you know,
A good,
Yeah.
good chunk.
good
yeah.
chunk.
But that other one you did with
But
the
other one,
chevrons,
it was just,
Mhm.
and the only thing I had to do was the
border.
border. And the border I just kept up on the sides monthly,
Mhm.
and then I had to do the whole bottom part, and I took a couple. That I didn't
That's
finish till January, February.
Yeah.
But
That's really pretty.
but
But I think this is going to be good. And I think the trunk's taking a while because it's thick. But I think once I get to the branches, they're going to be fast because they're just long and skinny.
Mm-hmm.
So
the right now when frames are 50% off everywhere, I was thinking about seeing if I could frame those and put them up somewhere.
mhm.
But I don't want to put anything on the wall until we paint, so maybe not.
Yeah. Well, you can put something on the wall and take it down to paint. For heaven's sake, enjoy your things.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that is all I have done.
Okay.
That's just been me.
Let me put this to the back. So, right now I am working on Chris Mooseberry by Erica Michaels. And this is one of the ones I wanted to concentrate on this month, but I put it to the back burner because of the Jingle Ball and Santa, which I will show you in a minute. This is where I am right now. And right now I'm working on this tree. The reason I didn't continue with the moose was because the thread was not in the bag. I have since rectified that, but I was sick and I was just like, I don't feel like getting up and looking for anything. It's not in the bag. I have to work with something that's in the bag. And you know what threads I had that was in the bag? The tree. Yeah, because apparently I pilfered all of them. So last week, after we finished filming, I took my Stand Up for Santa class, and I did my Stand Up for Santa.
She stood up for Santa.
So
But
cute.
I A, forgot to put the weight in here, and B, I kind of would like to stuff the bottom a little bit more. I still wasn't feeling good, and I was just like, oh, okay, I'm doing that, and I'm like, maybe I want to undo it. I don't know, but it stands up pretty well, so maybe not.
Let me see. That's so cute. Oh, I don't think it needs weight.
It was so much fun to watch the class. She's giving you so many good tips, and then I could have weighted it. I stitched it by hand. My sewing machine is still in storage, and I could have come over here to Naomi's house, but like I said, I wasn't feeling good, and I didn't feel like it. But I wanted to do it so badly.
It's so cute. I think it's perfect.
So
I think it's perfect.
she has you stitch a herringbone stitch along the edges. I kind of wish the top was a little less puckered, but you know, it's never going to be perfect. And I want to be able to put it out this year because our house is very sad and we have a little tiny Christmas tree because Beth and I were like, we got to
Yeah.
put something up.
Yeah.
We need
An
a
ornament.
Christmas. This very minute.
Yeah. I think it's great.
We don't have any lights out or anything like that, so
Our house looks very Scroogey.
yeah. And then I finished the market bag for my aunt, and I'm really pleased with the way it came out.
It's really nice.
And you know, with the market bag, you know, you set it down and it opens up. It's not like those plastic bags that
Yeah.
you know you have to. It opens up so you can grab your stuff easily. So I'm hoping that she'll appreciate this for what it is. She probably doesn't know what a market bag is, but you know, whatever. Now, you may notice that I am wearing short sleeves, and so is Naomi.
It's so hot.
It is really hot.
It's not Christmas time. It's not
so
Christmassy out.
this is my under the sea temperature chart that I designed for our Etsy shop, Three Sisters Creative. And this is where I am.
You need to go back to your reds.
I went to yellow.
Ew.
It was 79 the
Oh,
other
that's
day.
gross.
79 in December. Yeah, see yellow. So no.
That's funny.
Where is it?
Well, today's gonna be a good one
This
too.
one?
So yeah, look at that.
It's
terrible.
And
Just
I
behind the Santa, you can't see it very well. Oh, maybe you can. I don't know.
Well, let's show a picture.
Yeah.
and I stitched a turtle.
Mm.
Cute.
So I'm trying to keep working on the bottom. I was working on this for a really long time last night, so I didn't get any crochet done. I finished working on this and went like this.
Yeah.
I've been so tired. I've barely done anything.
Yeah, you know, I come out of my room sometimes and like I'm puttering around the kitchen and Eve's over there passed out on the thing. I'm like, maybe if I make noise, she'll wake up and, you know, if she needs to get things done or whatever.
Because I'm
like,
not really sleeping at night because I can't sleep if I'm lying down. So, I did do some more work on We Do Geek. I told Robert, I'm sorry, this is not going to be done. He goes, that's all right, it's cute. This is where I am. I finished the Enterprise. And I have a B and an O for boldly.
Oh.
So I didn't work on it this morning because I wanted to catch up on Flosstube Frenzy. I'm so behind because I was so tired. I was just like, I'm watching the video going, I need to work on that. Yeah, I don't want to pull it out. So I'll catch up. Fridays with Frank aired. I know that's not Flosstube, but Tiny Modernist, Cute Crocodile. Oh, the other one is Crazy Stitch. Did I say that? Maybe I did.
I think you did.
I started putting in the other leg. And I put in some of the body. I would have had all the body done if I'd done it right the first time. Or the second time, rather.
Story of your life. Nothing's worth doing that isn't worth doing twice.
Excuse me. There's a little bug floating around
Yes,
here.
there is. I noticed him.
Oops. I didn't mean to pull that out. Okay. And I did some more work on hands-on design. There's a hair in my garden. I accidentally pulled out this, which I'm hoping to start after the new year.
I just saw that. What is that?
What is it? Oh, the pumpkin?
What is that?
Murder in the Garden.
I kind of love that.
Mm-hmm.
I fell in love with it the second I saw it.
There was probable cause.
Yeah.
We'll show a picture of that.
Can you
That's
pause?
beautiful.
Yeah, I'm hoping to start this after the first of the year. I'll get the threads for it and start that. I love these big, awesome produce. I love this line. Hopefully I'll do that one better than this one. And I started putting the bunny in again.
Is Stand Up for Santa that same part of the giant?
It's the same 20 count fabric.
Yeah.
It's the big version. She says, you can stitch it smaller,
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
It's so cute.
yeah.
I can't wait to see that done because it's just going to be a gigantic.
Gigantic berry.
Mm-hmm.
So I started restitching that bunny that I did wrong. I've gotten quite a bit of work done on Silent Night by Stitching with the Housewives because he airs a video every day. I haven't stitched today's because it was put away to come here. But look at all these snowflakes I have.
Oh, wow.
And I put the blues inside them. So, got quite a bit done there. Now I'm going to go back to the S. And I discovered that the reason that these were too close together was because Silent is too far that way.
Oh, no.
Guess what? I don't care. So that airing every day is making me pick this up every day and work on it. So I'm going to work on that later today. But today, this morning, I was working on And to All a Good Night, again by Stitching with the Housewives. These came out the same year, Silent Night and To All a Good Night.
Mm.
And I'm stitching more white. On the rooftop, on the top of the chimney, and around the
I love
window.
the fabric. I love that fabric. It's so pretty.
Yeah, I dyed this fabric.
I should have dyed this fabric.
But it's really
Oh,
soft.
well. It'll be boring white.
That's all right.
Okay, because the tree will be very colorful.
Yeah.
You don't want to compete with it.
And lastly, I did do I did 2 threads on mini snowman snuggles for Stitching Mommy. And it's really hard to tell where I stitched it, but I did stitch 2 different threads. You know, if I didn't show this every week, you would be able to see a difference. But
Yeah.
I stitched in here, down in here.
I looked up on, after you were talking about that, I looked up on YouTube, Heaven and Earth Design time-lapse. Have you ever watched those time-lapse videos of people stitching those?
Oh.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, so that's me.
That's you?
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, that brings us to our question of the week. Question of the week. Last week we asked, let me pull it up here. We asked your favorite Christmas memories, and we got a couple answers. Mary Passmore says that she has a small rocking horse that she still has. With the first granddaughter, we pulled it from the attic, and she enjoyed riding it. The second granddaughter was a little wild, and we decided we better keep it in the attic, or she would start riding it wild and go off head first. Totally forgot about it with the third granddaughter. Hopefully we'll remember when our grandson will be old enough to ride it. So that's fun. And then Vicki says that she remembers Christmas Eve with her dad's family. They were very talented musically, and they would stand around the piano and sing all the traditional Christmas carols. She thinks it was her mom who played the piano, and that her grandmother studied opera. And that's where they all got their talent from. So those are nice Christmas memories. Thank you for sharing.
I remember doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Mom's family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. This week we want to know, what are your Christmas plans? Like, what are you going out of town? Are you staying home? Do you have people coming to you? Do you have concerts, plays, the Nutcracker, Messiah? Are you
Going to go to the Lupe
light
Audio
looking?
Tour in
Yeah,
Mexico.
light tours, or what are your plans for Christmas? We're just formulating plans for us. We've just been thinking about that, but we do have a concert next weekend. We're going to the Symphony's doing a Christmas Baroque concert, so we're going to go hear that.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, and so we just want to know, what are you guys planning for this Christmas season? Are you busy? Are you gonna be not busy on purpose? sit back and relax, or run. So let us know. Just share with us kind of what your Christmas plans are.
When I was, it was years ago, when I was working at Family Life in Little Rock, there was one of the books we sold, I think, or something that was, about like Christmas traditions, Christmas things to do, whatever. But in that book was a poem, and I have it
Oh
somewhere.
yeah, you've told me about that.
Yeah. And that I don't remember the exact words anymore, because like I said, I think I still have the printed out thing, and I don't remember what book it was from, because I know I have the book that we
Right.
got it from. But anyway, but it talks about, like doing all my, I think one of the lines from the poem was like, I'll do my little acts of love early this year. And she's talking about how, because I want to be still and quiet, and I'm not rushing around and doing all these things, so that I can
Well, I think
hear the sound of the angels singing,
Yeah.
That night.
I think it's one thing to make sure you're prepared. That always lessens your stress, right?
Yeah.
Because Christmas is no fun if you're stressed.
Yeah, if you work up to the wall,
But it's also fun to also do a lot of
Yeah,
things.
yeah,
To have
yeah.
fun things to do.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, there's a big difference between going and hearing concerts and sort of Christmas activities
and frenzy.
and the frenzy. Yeah.
Yeah. Nobody likes that.
Yeah.
My memories, zoo lights came up. And I was like, that was so much fun when we went with Mom and Dad, and
Yeah. It was a nice night.
it was a great memory.
It was
Yeah.
a nice night.
But I thought about it and I went, yeah, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
um,
Yeah, we'd gone on the back in the day. We used to go on what they had in Albuquerque, the Luminaria tour, and you could go and drive through it on your own, but you can also buy tickets and go like by bus, whatever. And that was always fun, except that once in a while you get in the bus and like the windows get all steamed up from all the people running, and so
you
it's
couldn't
kind of
see
hard
it.
to see. But it's neat because there's whole neighborhoods that would put out luminarias,
And that's the
which are they're
paper
little
bag
bags,
with-
paper bag with a candle inside it.
sand in the bottom and a candle. So
Yeah.
they glow this really pretty
Yeah.
yellow brown.
Yeah, and we used to at home. My mom used to always buy them because the Youth Symphony in Albuquerque sells them as a fundraiser, and so my mom would buy a couple dozen, and we'd be out there, putting them out around the front yard and lighting them and all
I
that.
remember Mark one year, his first year lighting those.
They're like, go light them.
Well, and and I remember when I was in graduate school, Naomi was in the Youth Symphony, and they were, they had sold a bunch of luminarias in our neighborhood, and so Naomi and one other boy, I guess, were lived in Paradise Hills in our neighborhood, and so they had to make like I don't know how many dozen of
Yeah,
these.
I guess like families all over the city.
Yeah, and so
Like, his
so
family
he had a big pile of dirt in his
took the
garage.
sand, yeah.
And so she said, "Come and help me do this." And so I went with her to this kid's their garage, and we were making luminarias. And that particular Christmas, I was sick as a dog, and it was freezing, and there was snow. And our dad finally came to pick us up to drive us back home. Because by the time I got home, I was sick as a dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hannah was in Portland, Maine yesterday and the day before, Friday. Wait. No, she was there. I don't remember.
Helen, you said it was snowy.
And she said it was frigid, and I looked at the temperatures. I was like 29. Oh,
Yeah, my friend Brandy has been sending me the weather things from her neighborhood, from LaGrange, Kentucky, and it's like in the 30s.
we
whatever.
complained that it's 79 here, but
We complain that it's 79 because it's too hot.
yeah.
But
But it's also nice to not be too cold.
Yeah, it's like this gentleman that was the interim pastor at our church. He said, he's like, One thing I like about here is you don't have to shovel warm.
Yeah. You don't shovel sunshine.
Yeah.
I know, and I just think like I don't think I could dress for that kind of weather. Like people
Yeah.
say, there's no such thing as bad weather, just bad dress,
Yeah.
right?
Well, when
But
I was
I
like,
beg to differ.
when I
But
was
here,
in,
there's
when,
just bad weather.
Yeah, when
it's
I was in-
110, there's nothing you can do, but
Yeah,
you
when-
have to wear clothes.
when I was in Little Rock, I liked it because you get a little bit of snow, but it was very much like Albuquerque in that you'd probably get one or two good snowstorms a year, but for the most part it was because it was middle enough where you were above the Gulf Coast enough that you weren't getting a lot of rain, and you weren't far enough north to get a lot of snow. You get some ice, which is bad, but you like I said, you get like one or two good snows a year or something like that, and you get enough snow that it was kind of fun. It was kind of nice. You might get a snow day or two, but for the most part, it was kind of nice
Mild.
cold wintry weather, but not horribly
Yeah.
horribly freezing, like in the north where you get horrible snowstorms and stuff like that.
Yeah. For those of you who live in cold climates, I don't know how you do it.
Yeah.
Honestly. Like at one point we were talking about moving somewhere, and we had a dog and stuff, and I was like, we need all new clothes, and we need a new dog, I think. Because we need a different kind of dog. I don't know how you do it in that kind of cold.
Yeah. Well, when I was in graduate school in Indiana, and one of the first year I was there, it snowed horribly, and I'm like, do we still have rehearsal?
Like,
I'm like,
yes.
yes. And I'm like, why? Why did you just stay home? It's snowy. Why
What were
did
you going to
stay home?
say, Eve?
When you very first move here, it is a giant learning curve.
Mm-hmm.
Like you have to figure out that you're going to change your battery in your car the first year you're here.
Yeah.
And so on and so forth, right? And you get used to it. And after a while,
And you don't leave
learn to
melty things in the car.
we drew melting crayons in class.
Yes.
But when you live where it's cold, you have that same learning curve, and you learn,
Yeah.
just like when I lived in Belgium, I just learned to be wet all the time.
Boston too.
Yeah.
So it's just
I had
getting used to it.
when I went to school, I just
climate.
moved from dry in New Mexico, which is even drier than here. They joke about this being a dry heat, but it
Yeah.
is drier over there.
Yeah.
And I go to Boston, and we're just sitting around, and it's like fall, it's still hot, and I pick up a piece of paper, and I told my friend, this paper's wet.
I used to do that in Florida too. I'm like,
This paper's wet. And my friends are like, what are you talking about? I'm like, no, feel it. It's wet. I'm like, no, it's not. Like, no, trust me. This is wet paper. I know what dry paper feels like.
Yes.
This is not dry.
That's what I said when I would drive to Albuquerque. I could feel my skin getting dry, and I was like,
Just as you're driving.
I was saying I'm as dry as a piece of paper. Yeah, but because the first year I was in Indiana, in the spring, it rained, and it would rain and rain and rain, and it would like rain a little bit, and then it would lighten up to a drizzle, and then it would rain, and then it would lighten up. And it was like, how could there be this much moisture in the air?
That's how I felt though earlier when it rained for days here. I was like, I can't believe this.
Yeah.
Couldn't
Like,
believe
where did
it.
all this moisture come from? In New Mexico, you during what's the monsoon season, you go for especially when it's very first starting, you go for days where you can see that it's trying to rain, but it's called what's called verga, where the clouds are dropping raindrops, but they
they don't make it to
evaporate
the
before they
ground.
get to the ground.
That's the weirdest sight.
So and it takes a few days of that before the air is moist enough to sustain a raindrop all the way to the ground, or like one big raindrop will go plop on the ground, and then the rest of it all dissolves before it gets to you. Yeah, it's a very interesting phenomenon.
It happens here too sometimes.
Yeah.
I remember seeing something about in New Mexico or even here. It's raining 10 inches. It's going to rain 10 inches today. And you're like, oh yeah? And like, yeah, 10 inches between each drop.
Well, you know, when I moved out here, I had like big overcoat and things like that I'd had to have in Little Rock, and it's like I have not used anything like that since then.
I don't
you
know. In January, it gets pretty cold.
Yeah,
It gets
chilly.
It gets chilly, but you tend to give your sweater a ride to work.
Yeah.
Well, that's the weather we're in now. 40s
Yeah.
in the morning.
Uh-huh.
When I go to work, it's 40, and I need something.
Yeah.
And then by the time I get home, I'm like, nope. And I mean, when I leave for home, I leave it in the car, and then you get out, and then you have to get a different jacket.
And you have to run the air in the car. Yeah, because the sun is beating on you. You're like, I don't care what the temperature is outside. In here, it's 90 degrees. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, you get if you're wearing black, like, you know, black pants, whatever, the sun will burn you, you know, even if it's not that hot outside.
There was a commercial for I want to say an air conditioning company here in Arizona. They said the time of year when the seatbelt brands you in the car, gives you a brand, because you go to put the seatbelt on, and you're like,
Like you can in the car you can burn like a ant under a magnifying glass.
Do you remember when we used to have to try to put stuff over the car seats so that the buckles wouldn't burn the kids?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's hard, and even so, just the internal temperature is so hot that
Yeah.
even if you don't have direct sun on it, it's still too hot. And we did the thing in the height of the summer.
Goodness.
You guys pick up. We did the thing in the height of the summer one year. We tried to bake cookies on our dash.
Yeah.
Didn't exactly work, but it came close.
Yeah.
It came close.
But yeah, so
Well,
I'm interested to do the temperature chart this year just to see.
I was gonna say,
I'm excited about this.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll actually get a cross stitch done.
like right now I'm wearing long sleeve t-shirt,
Too hot.
but my pants are short pants, you know, so my legs are
I
kinda
saw you in a
exposed
long
and-
sleeve shirt, and I was like, no.
I'm kind of just right. I tend to be in the cold side, so
Yeah. So, we saw a funny sight on the way here.
oh yeah.
It was like an all-terrain vehicle, and we've seen it pass across the light, and we're like, that thing has Santa and reindeer on top of the car.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, it was like
It was so cute.
it was like it had like I want to say like a ladder or something on the front of the vehicle, and because here's the driver, and in front of him, up above him like this, are the reindeer, and then like the Santa sleigh is behind him on the back. So
I have an antler. I have antlers and a nose on my car.
I need to decorate my car. I don't have any decorations.
I've seen cars that are all lit up.
yeah.
I was thinking about
that are covered in lights from bumper to bumper.
One of our family traditions we do is the four of us is go and look at lights, and we make a whole thing of it. And I was thinking, because I have a little battery operated light string in my office, and I was like, because I saw this van in front of me, and it had strings, it had lights all along its luggage racks. But then inside, you could see it was like strung across the ceiling. And I'm like, and so I thought, I should get my light string and put it up at least inside the car, at least just that with the little battery operated for that night. That'll be fun. But actually, I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna kick you out.
Yeah, I was gonna say
we've got to get ready. We're gonna get our tree tonight. I've got a lot of things to do, and when Eli gets off work, we're gonna go get our tree and put it up. And then tomorrow is super busy. We have a church gig. Mark and I are playing in the morning, and then we're put together a little woodwind quintet, and we're gonna go to a retirement community and play in the afternoon. So we've got to get ready for that. And then somehow I have to get all my baking done. I want to give my office, I want to take cookies to my office on Thursday. So I've got to start to get all my different kinds of cookies done. And oh yeah, Christmas is coming. But Wednesday I have the day off, which will be nice because but I'm like, how much crafting? I'm taking the day off of work because I'm getting a retinal exam, so my eyes will be totally whacked out. And the dilating stuff they do is very strong. So I'm like, I can't go and work after
She
that.
can't even drive.
So I can't drive. So I'm like, I'm taking the day off, but could I still sew? Could I do cross stitch and knitting? It's not work. But probably not. But I could bake blind. So I'm like hoping to get caught up that day too and get a lot of things done that day.
When I was in Little Rock, I did Messiah like almost every year I was there. And so they'd had it at different venues because it's the Choral Society, and so for many years we did it at the Scottish Rite Temple, and we did it at this church, and we did it at that church, and for many years, the last several years I was there in town, one of the guys that in the orchestra, his church hosted it, and so we did it at his church very often, and then like after I moved out here, like I think the first year that I moved out here, maybe the second year, they did it at the church I used to go to, my home church. I'm like, man, because I always thought at one point I was talking to a friend of mine in the symphony that went to my church. And I said this would be a perfect venue for that. And no, we never.
This is the first year I haven't gone to Messiah. I was telling Mark today.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
In years, because when I worked at the symphony, I would go. Of course, I had to work. Yeah. But yeah, we chose to go next week instead. So this time, but we're gonna go because we got stuff to do, and we have to get ready for the coming week. It's I can't believe it's 2 weeks. A week and a half.
I saw on YouTube somebody who had they had like a little Lego Christmas tree.
Yeah, I wanted
and
that
I guess
last
they
year.
and I guess they used a 3D printer and printed like giant Lego blocks. And they had a full size 6 foot tree, but they're like having to snap it together.
So they used the same pattern.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, how funny!
Okay, it would be less work to go get a real tree.
Have you put together your ornaments that you got for your birthday yet?
No.
Your Lego ornaments.
No, I was just thinking about that. I thought, I need to put those together.
Yeah, you can put those on your tree.
Well, they won't fit on our tree. Our tree is too little.
Well, all right. Well, thank you so much for joining us again this week. We hope your preparations for the holiday are going well and that you are well, and we will see you again next week. And next week we'll have, it'll just be a few days before Christmas.
The 20th. Yeah.
21st, yeah. So thanks for joining us. We'll see you again.
Bye.
Bye.